Ja, beste mensen, we hebben nog 2 kamers onontdekt. Dus we gaan even kijken hoe en wat. Want dit is een hele grote kamer.
Dat is van die professor Boekhoofd, meneer niet.
Nee, het is het aviarium. Dat is niet het woord wat ik zoek.
Nee.
Voliere. Dat is het woord wat ik zoek. Aviary. Hey, kijk even in beeld. Dames en heren. Aviarium. Maar voor het plebs. Deze vrouw heeft echt enorme handen.
Check out that butterfly.
Ja, laten we vlinder beginnen.
Wow,
Ja.
judgmental.
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle. I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
Dat denk ik
How do you
niet. Dat
think
denk
your
ik
hair is
niet.
so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Oké.
And especially fancy
We
cake.
zien hier trouwens niet die
And it's home to 3
unieke
especially
vogels.
fancy birds.
Especially fancy
Ja,
birds.
die rood met wit vogel bedoel je, hè?
Ja.
Ja. Maar goed, dat is aannemelijk dat je die niet ziet, want ze staat al weken uit het raam te staren. Als die hier zo zijn, dan...
Bird diagrams. Hand-painted.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
Helemaal niet.
Het zijn allemaal dezelfde vogels. Ja.
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Nou, laten we eens gaan praten met een E en een P op.
A rather magnificent bush. Somewhat cruelly confined to a stone pot.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Oké, nou, Chucky. Penelope was dit.
Ja.
Beautiful. What is
Er is ook
it?
een dikke vogel op haar hoofd.
Sort of a delicate jade, but
Ze heeft
from
vleugelhanden.
green, is that
Ja.
right?
Sorry?
Your hair,
Misschien is zij
dear. What
gemuteerd.
shade do you use? It's lovely. And that shade.
Ik weet dat ze gewoon niet wijs is en een half pak aan heeft getrokken.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Penny. Ja, Penelope.
Penelope?
Officially,
Penny, yeah.
yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Oké.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel.
Nearly all
Two.
my friends are birds.
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've
Dat
ever
is
been
ik.
good at.
Ornithologie.
And have you studied the
Vogelkunde.
birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because
soort
of the
postduif.
birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh.
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz.
Wat?
He's not really the
Dat
traveler.
had ik niet verwacht.
Plot
Fitz
twist.
fellow.
The very one.
Dus zij heeft
You're
fiks met
engaged to a
Fitz
member of the fellow
Maar-
family? That's interesting.
en Poppy dan.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Het is op zich wel logisch dat iemand die van planten houdt en iemand die van vogels houdt
and
elkaar
headed
gevonden
down
hebben.
to the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Ja, hij
Did he
ging
say
met
why?
Poppy
He
naar binnen.
didn't. Probably
if
just
I
a touch
speak
of
with
heat
it?
stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
Het is een beetje eenzaam.
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's
hij kwam van rechts. Ja.
He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room.
Zij kwamen samen binnen. Dat was wel al gezegd.
Hinges. I knew then something was terribly
De deur
wrong.
was eruit.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too. Standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Oké. Vraag stellen.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet.
En vooral
I dare
quiet.
say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
Oké.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
Zou zo
She
kunnen.
mostly
Poppy die
ignores
maakt.
me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. I mean,
Dat geloof ik.
I mean, you don't need to.
Oh, no. It's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it. She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility.
Kijk, hebben we
Did
dit ook weer
you
geleerd?
not know that?
Nee, we hebben Uncle nog niet gesproken. Dat is de laatste
She'd
persoon
sit
in onze
in the
lijst,
aviary
denk ik.
first thing in the morning and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it. Thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
Nou,
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her. But she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
ja,
Isn't
dat
he
krijgen
stripping?
mannen niet voor elkaar om
Yes.
dingen te begrijpen die niet
Big.
gezegd worden door
And
vrouwen.
so brooding.
Goeie
Kind
samenvatting.
of sulky.
Ja.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Fitz, haar verloving.
Oh, she's beautiful. Who is she? Wait, is that me? Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Ja.
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake.
Zij
Looks
mogen
like
elkaar
one
niet.
too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Hebben we ruzie. Dan nog even de items langs.
You know, it It's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you.
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest.
Geloof ik niet helemaal.
Finally, I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist. I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though.
I've read about this creature. Dat zou toch in de
Goodness me. Poppy
bibliotheek moeten
really
zijn.
doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it. Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue.
Oké.
Oh, that's rather sad. I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling. Don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her.
Haunting presence.
Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable.
Oké.
Terrible.
You recognize it?
Color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene. Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian. Had her own priorities.
Daar hebben we niet heel veel wijze van.
Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
Oké.
If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
Jij bent de vogeloog, wou ik zeggen. Vogeloog ben
A
jij.
thing to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it?
Ja.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one
Dat
of...
is Fits met Poppy.
Ja.
Freya was
Ze heeft hem al
very
gezien.
talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
Ja, met die nieuwe bril.
Ja.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew.
Oké.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one, well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
Natuurlijk.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very
Was.
last.
Oh.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
Oké.
Ooh, a secret diary.
That's our guess too.
Excellent.
Die hebben we al gelezen.
I don't know what that is.
Oké.
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
Glimmende peer.
Did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right. Haven't
zeg
seen
nog
this
niks.
one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Oké.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you. Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
Natuurlijk.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Ja.
Glad we cleared that up.
Nou,
What about the
inderdaad.
one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Oké.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Natuurlijk.
Now, like,
Nou, laten we dan eens
Right
even
now.
kijken in Penny's room. Dan hebben we nu alle rooms unlocked.
Ja.
Dit is een vogelhuis.
it's a
Yeah.
birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
Nou.
Nope. They're wooden.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Swap the position.
7. Er waren net ook 7 dingetjes.
In dit huisding.
Ja, alleen dat had niks met kleuren te maken, dus mogelijk is dat niet.
Maar misschien wel met die vormen. Ze kijken allemaal ergens
Ja, die
naar.
oogjes zijn anders.
Als ze nou allemaal naar het midden laten kijken, is dat een idee? Nee. Die kijkt naar rechts, die kijkt naar links, dat kan, maar dan komen we daar niet meer uit.
Nope. There must be some logic to have something to do with those white lines.
Ja,
Ja. Die gaat zo. Die zou je zeggen, die white line gaat omhoog.
oh wacht, misschien is het dit plus dat is dat oog. Snap je wat ik bedoel?
Ik snap wat je bedoelt. Ik snap wat je bedoelt. Maar dan komen we in het midden. Is het die. In het midden komt alles uit.
Want die blauwe en die gele is samen die, zou ik zeggen.
Nee, er zijn 2 open ogen.
Ja, ja.
Die blauwe en die gele is samen deze.
Die
Dat
zitten
klopt
aan twee-
wel.
Ja? Oké.
Ja, want die is open naar rechts, open naar links. Is gemiddeld. Is het
Ja, oké. Oké.
deze en streepje is die en streepje.
Ja.
Die horen bij elkaar? Nee. Een hele en een halve is gemiddeld.
Nothing.
I think the birds are related.
Related to each other, ja, dat denk ik ook. Dit is een halve. Een hele en een halve. Een hele en niks is samen een half.
Ja. Ik snap die bruine niet. Ik snap niet wat ik daar moet zien.
I guess that's
It's a
wrong.
family tree. The colors and eyes combine as they go down the family line. You'll need to start with blue and yellow at the top.
Is het zo?
Family tree.
Family tree. Oh. Dus de oudste is kijk naar rechts, kijk naar links. Wordt samen kijken in het midden.
Ja.
Kijk in het midden met niks. Wordt die. Kijk in het midden met die. Wordt die.
Ja.
Nee. Zo.
That's the one.
Ja.
Hey, not bad. Did the door open? What's in there?
Now I'll get her.
Wow.
Dit is niet zo heel gek. Want we hebben al bedacht dat Penny en Poppy conflict hebben
Ja,
over die tuinman.
Die fits allebei fixen.
Red flower petals zitten erin.
That's sunflower.
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
Oké,
Unusual blue color, net als de perenplant.
die gaan we weer meenemen.
Ja.
Ever get the feeling you're being watched?
The mannequins don't have eyes, though.
That's not a comforting sentence.
Koffers.
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
Oké, theepotje.
A little tea set. Looks recently used.
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed.
Drink thee met
A
de
little
vogel.
bedtime reading.
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels, and
What?
this one appears to be both.
Nice.
Oké,
That's a big window.
vogeltje.
That bed. It's like...
Does it feel
No,
it's
you're-
not coming from the bed? You know, the birds can easily get in and out of those cages.
Well, if that's true, can they even be considered cages? This is the fanciest...
Too fancy.
What does that
I don't know.
Ja, dan hebben we hier ook alles gezien, denk ik.
Ja.
Ja, dan hebben wij bij deze Penelope ontmoet. Dan hebben we nog 1 kamer te gaan waar we al in kunnen. En dat is de kamer van de professor.
Ja.
Dus ik stel voor dat we in de volgende video daar naartoe gaan. Dan hebben we iedereen ontmoet.
Ja.
Dan kunnen we wat dingen op een rijtje zetten. En
Mogelijk.
dan kunnen we hier nog die grote tuin openen.
Hoe noem je nou? De avondtuin?
De avondtuin. Dan zien jullie graag het volgende deel.
Ja.
Joejoe.
Doei.